Thank you so much, Darla. I'm so happy to be here. I want to ask you this question. Do you like the financial trajectory that you are on right now? And if you don't, you can change that. With some simple estate planning tips, you can literally change the trajectory of your family for generations to come. That is why I'm so excited about estate planning. It's like seriously one of my absolute loves. It's what I've been doing for 20 years as a financial planner. And today I'm going to talk about the 4Ds quickly. The 4Ds for estate planning and planning for your business. You guys, I'm literally focusing today on a business, but the same things apply in your personal life. So we're going to be talking death, disability, divorce, and disaster. Now, the final D, there's a whole bunch of Ds like debt, disease, and disruptors. So they all kind of go into those Ds. I'm like, okay, there's like 100 Ds we can talk about, but we'll focus on a few of these Ds first, okay? So the first thing, you guys, I really want you guys to think about this, and I know if any of you guys attended in January at Womanition when I spoke at the Business Connect luncheon, we talked about your business, and people do plan for their personal lives, like you get your will done. Now, I hope you all have your wills done, because the truth is like at least 60%, if not more, of Canadians do not even have their wills done. They don't have their basic estate planning documents like completed, right? So we want to make sure we have some of those in place, okay? So I'm going to give you here 10 quick reasons why you need to have an estate plan and why it's important, okay? Hopefully one of these reasons actually resonates with you enough to go out and get a will and get a power of attorney and a personal directive and all those other documents in place, okay? The first reason, number one, you want to be able to provide adequately for your spouse, your dependents, or for your business. There's always going to be final business expenses. You are always going to have final taxes. You're going to have to wrap up your corporation if you are incorporated. If you're a sole proprietor, we need to look at some other things to like finalize your business, right? Are you selling it? What's happening with it, right? These are all things that have to be decided, preferably before you pass on. And number two, how do you distribute those assets according to your wishes and not the court's wishes? So I want to just kind of take a step back here. Last year, I ended up one of this beautiful lady who passed away in my office, and I ended up taking over her business. She died unexpectedly at age 66. So she wasn't planning on retiring, honestly, for at least another 10 years. And she was so full of life, and it was just so sudden. And I was left picking up the pieces of her business. And it's some of the things I'm sharing with you, it's because I have spent a year picking up some pieces of things that weren't quite in place, or if they were in place, it didn't go through the courts properly, and it had to basically had to go through the courts, right? So these are all things that can really cause stress. And I'm totally being serious here, like 30 pounds of stress. I'm totally blaming that. But yeah, no, it's a lot to like, as the recipient of someone who's cleaned up someone's business, it is so much. And that's why I'm really encouraging you to do the people you love the most in the world a favor and get these documents organized, okay? So how do you want to distribute your assets? And then from a will, if you have minor children, outside of the business, you need to have a will just so you can designate who you want to have watch your children, right? You want to appoint a power of attorney. You want to have a will, you guys, this is important, so you can reduce taxes. It can give the powers to the executors to reduce taxes. There are a lot of things in there. The government is your biggest beneficiary unless you make a plan not to have that, okay? You want to reduce probate fees, legal fees, executor fees, all of that's important, okay? And if you have plans in place, there are ways and strategies to do that. You want to provide funds for all your final expenses, like we're talking about. The next thing which I'm bringing in here is life insurance. Here's the deal, you guys. It is so inexpensive if you are younger, but my point is, even if you're up to age 65, get $50,000, get $100,000 of life insurance for your business. It's so important to have those funds available to wrap up your corporation, especially if you're incorporated. If you're not incorporated, just to have money allocated for your sole proprietorship business, whatever that looks like. what's going to happen to your employees? What's going to happen to your staff? What provisions are you making? Are they going to be out of a job when you die? Like, these are conversations you have to have. Here's another thing, you guys. Do you guys care about your clients? And I know you absolutely do care about your clients. So because you do, have you shared with them what happens if something happens to you? Like, does your business dissolve right when you die? These are things that are really important. And I feel like something that I'm working on personally in communicating with my clients of what happens when I pass away unexpectedly. I like, none of us know when that day is, right? I know I'm talking about death. It's so fun. So the only other thing, yeah, so disability insurance. I want to talk about disability insurance. Just briefly, just so important. There are different types of disability insurance. There's personal disability insurance. There's overhead disability insurance if you have overhead for your business. That's really important to get as well. So make sure you have a solid disability plan, or critical illness insurance if you're diagnosed with heart attack, cancer, stroke. These are all things that we're going to help fund your business in times of stress and struggle, okay? Divorce, well, once you've figured out your divorce and you've moved on with your life, you need to relook at all these things again, right? So divorce is another one of those catalysts where we need to take another look back at our estate plan and what's going to be happening with our business, how we're going to pass it on. Do you have a buy-sell agreement with your shareholders? Are you in a partnership? Do you have these documents in place? And if not, do you have what I just call a simple communication document that you can share with your team or people, or a trusted advisor in your life? So these are just some of the things I want you guys to start thinking about. I really, truly know that when you do planning properly, it can literally change the futures for so many people. And do it out of love. Do it like for love. Do it for your family. Do it for your employees. Do it for the people you love. And you'll be able to, yeah, live your legacy. That's my tagline. So that's how you do it. Okay. You do it today. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks.